You can get your team to focus on just doing things one day at a time on a daily basis, not looking too far ahead. Goal number one of every year is to be in the field of 8 to make this conference tournament, which is a great conference. And then you start looking at taking care of little things every day. And we weren't doing it early in the year. We weren't taking care of little things, giving some at-bats away. And then in this stretch now, our older guys have really carried us, but our younger guys have followed suit.
Talk about that. Actually getting not just depth, but competitive depth and guys that are contributing.
Yeah, we've platooned some positions. We've done some different things in center field. We've done some different things in second. We've rotated catchers some, and guys have all stepped in and filled their role. And I think the second half of the year, the strength of the pitching staff has really been our bullpen. Our bullpen has stepped up and been very good and kept us in games late.
Talking about the beginning of this weekend series with U of H, what are you looking to accomplish in final result?
Well, this has been a very difficult place for us to play through the years, and they've been very good. And Todd's got a very young team right now, and he's playing a lot of freshmen, and they're going to be a handful in the future. And I can see some things he's doing with the program to get this program back to where it once was. And those young guys are getting very valuable experience now.
And one other thing, who did you need to? Well, I'm going to ask it this way: were you all looking to help yourselves, or were you needing help from someone else to get you all in position for a setup for a conference tournament?
Well, we're playing for seeding this weekend, and seeding becomes important when you start looking at if you are able to do some damage in the tournament and win 2 or 3 games to when it comes down to the tiebreaker to go to the championship format. Seeding can be very important. So everybody in that tournament in pod play has to still play one game at a time, and with no double elimination looming, you just try to win today, and you try to come out of that 3-game set with the best record you can.
Do you prefer the pod system or the double?
I think the pod system can help our league. I really believe in what the pod system can do to give teams that might be on the bubble an opportunity to play 3 more games guaranteed instead of 2 to build a few more RPI points before that selection.
Talk about the RPI, especially with this conference having teams that are constantly ranked in the top 25.
Yeah, it changes a little bit every year, and you look at it and you think it can be a 4-bid league. Some years it can be as high as 5. It kind of depends on what happens next week with some of our teams. There are some teams that I think will be called bubble teams playing, and they have to play well that week, and we're one of those. We're kind of outside probably the bubble, but a good week can put us on the minds of the committee, especially with what we've done these last 15 games.
And one last question: with days off, do you change? Are you changing rotation? Are you tweaking anything?
Well, we'll evaluate on how guys feel tomorrow, and look at the matchups and determine who's going to go win. Probably, we skipped our Saturday starter. He came out of the bullpen and threw 1 inning yesterday, and then we had a guy give us an emergency start yesterday and threw very well. And so we'll sit down and evaluate the matchups and what we have to do to come out of that pod play with the best record.
All right, Coach, introduce yourself and we'll close out.
Daron Schoenrock, University of Memphis.
This is Jerry Lou Willie Jr. with the King Size View College Sports Report.